Looks like Cooper's joining us today. Come up here. Oh, right. Hello. Thank you for being here. Thank yourself for giving time to your yoga. We'll get started seated or standing, whatever your choice is, your yoga, your choice. Wherever you are, allow yourself to take all of those things that are on your mind and just sort of bundle them up in a lovely little safe package and set them off to the side. They will be there when you're done and maybe with a little fresh perspective. So just allow yourself an inhale, exhale, release, and set aside. Maybe palms up to start, just resting comfortably or hands gently open. Breathing in and out through the nose if that's accessible to you, or through a gently open mouth, ease in the jaw. Closing your eyes if that feels nice, or a soft gaze down. And allow your mind to kind of step out of your body and maybe look down and imagine watching your face at ease, your jaw at ease. A gentle rise and fall of your shoulders as you breathe. Gentle movement in the chest. Gentle movement in the belly. And just breathe for a moment. We'll start with a little grounding exercise and maybe come back to it at the end of our ma, ta, na, sa. So those movements, those vowel sounds, the consonant blend there, ma, ta, na, sa, you'll notice moves your tongue through the various points of the roof of the mouth. And it also just kind of helps us ease and sort of a meditative movement. And then you can add your hands if you'd like, ma, index, na, middle, ta, ring, sa, little, pinky. So I'm going to inhale, exhale, ma, ta, na, sa. Just sit with that for a moment until you're ready to do it again. Ma, ta, na, sa. You don't have to do it out loud. You can, or you can just go through the motions with the mouth. When you're ready to inhale, just do it a couple more times. One more full round wherever you are. And just sit at the moment afterward with a nice, just ease breath. Very nice. Dropping the arms down by your side. Piano the fingers. Maybe gently opening the eyes, just kind of taking in your surroundings. Roll the wrists a bit. Good. Then on the inhale, we're going to keep the sort of pressing the heels of the hands down and inhaling, bringing the fingertips up. You might notice that in your forearms or even your shoulders, your wrists. Inhale and exhale, fingers down slowly and then back, sort of pointing toward your legs. Inhale, sweep them out, pushing the wrists away, pushing the bottom of the hand down. Big full lungs, and exhale, bringing the core body in, folding the fingers in. A couple more times. Once more. Pressing those palms away. And exhale, sort of pushing with the back of the wrist. Good. And roll them out. Let's do the same thing with the feet. So I'll just move my chair back a bit. I'm a little far forward, you see. So coming forward in the chair a little. Actually tip my hair down. So that. I have my little grippies on the bottom of my socks. I promise they're clean. Those are dots. Intentional. So coming out with your seat a little more toward the end of your chair so you have some movement in your legs. Straight legs or straight-ish is fine. It can, slight bend is totally fine. Good, and we'll inhale and point. Kind of fill the lungs and exhale. Draw it in. Kind of feel the legs kind of compressing, bringing the toes up toward the chest. Inhale, maybe lift the heels off the ground. Nice tall spine. Exhale. Kind of feel it all through the body, how that affects. A couple more times. Big point and stretch. Inhale. Ease in the jaw. Exhale. Maybe open mouth exhales. The whole body can get involved. Again. Exhale. Once more. Very nice. Open the knees just for a little movement in the hips, waking those up. Good. Let's bring the feet together. You can either have the bottoms of your feet together or just sort of the balls of the toes touching. Doesn't really matter. We're going to move the knees a little, so whatever's comfortable for your ankles and things like that. Let's involve the arms too. So we're going to inhale and open the knees, open the heart, open the elbows. You can also drop them down if that bothers your shoulders. Inhale, exhale, draw that body in, everything towards center. Feel the core body involved. Inhale with purpose, nice slow opening. Kind of imagining that whole front body opening. Exhale. Again. Two more times. Once more. Good. We'll move back, open, find kind of that happy place of between work and ease. Maybe it's a little effort in the shoulders, drawing the elbows back, little effort keeping the knees open, sort of reaching them down. Ease in the face, breathe. Breathe. As we hold here, even though there's effort, you might feel a little more movement in the hips, a little more range as you inhale and exhale. Just sit with that. If it gets too much for the arms, you can drop the elbows, no problem. Good. Big inhale, reach back, and exhale. Draw it in, pressing the knees in toward one another, pressing the elbows and palms in toward one another. Kind of an active press, squeezing this way, sort of activating the outside and inside muscles. Squeeze and breathe. Good, very nice. Inhale and exhale. Relax, hands down by the side, knees just a comfortable distance. We'll inhale, look and reach up. And gently exhaling, coming down, folding, starting at the belly, chest, kind of lowering slowly. Good. We'll inhale here, actually, because I want to use our exhale to draw the torso back up. Strength, drawing it in so we're not straining the low back. Good. And then inhale here again. And exhale. So we're kind of doing a full, we're using our exhale for movement. Inhale here. Exhale, lift, reach. Inhale here. Exhale, fold. And if this is any strain on your back whatsoever, hands to knees and help as you move. Inhale here. Exhale, body. Core in, reaching up. Inhale. And exhale, fold. Staying here for just a moment, a few breaths where we let the head hang. You can bring the hands to the top of the knees. Head is hanging, neck is relaxed. And then we're going to just, with the hands present on the knees, we're going to move that right shoulder away from the right hip. So we're sort of making a C motion over toward the left leg. Maybe the head comes over toward the left leg. And then actively also presence in that left shoulder as it sort of curves in a bit. If this bothers you at all, please don't do it. Breathe. Good. Inhale. Exhale, belly to spine, move back to center and over to the other side. So propping with the hands so we don't have a whole lot of weight bearing here. Moving that left shoulder away from the left hip. Taking the right shoulder away from your ear. Breathe. Good. Inhale. Exhale, core strength back. Just hang here for a moment. You can let the hands hang down by the side of the knees. Let the head hang. Breathing into the back. Feel the compression in the front body. Nice. Hands to the top of the knees. Now my low back is a little funny today. So instead of rolling up, I'm going to bring my shoulders back, my elbows back to straighten my back first. Seated here, my hands are still on my knees. I have a straight back, my shoulders are back, head is in neutral. Inhale, and then exhale, core still coming in, but a little help with the hands and a nice straight back. The curve up, the rolling up is good for our backs if they're not already sore or hurting, and with support. You don't want to do it hanging and come up, but you want to, that's why we put our hands on the top of our legs and we do that. Great. And do a little bit of a gentle twist here. So I'm going to cross my right ankle over my left. You can also cross your leg if you want to. I'm going to cross my ankle. Let's sweep it up. Inhale up. Nice tall spine. Exhale, left hand to right knee and slide that right hand back very gently. Very gently. Move slowly because, as we know, the low back wins if it's tender. So find a spot, again, that's right at your edge and then back off a tiny bit. Most important is breathing. If you're holding your breath, we're not finding space. So ease in the jaw. You can look past your right shoulder if you'd like. Breathe. The fascia releases as we sit in a hold and use our breath to expand and release the core body. We do have a gentle cross in the feet, but try not to grip a whole bunch in the hips. Try to supporting with your left hand, breathing into this twist. Good. Gentle face, gentle shoulders. Couple more breaths. Nice, nice big inhale. And then with our exhale, gently moving out, head, shoulders, belly into the core. Pause for a moment. Sometimes when we're breathing in a hold, you might suddenly feel more sensation than you did when you first got there. Things are loosening, things are moving. So that's why we just want to sit and breathe and observe and then maybe shift. Your body's really intuitive. We're never pushing through discomfort with yoga. So we're going to cross our left ankle over the right or cross your legs if you'd like to do that. Inhale, sweep that right arm up. Big stretch, exhale, softly lower to the outside of the left knee. Slide that left hand back. Tall spine, this side might be different. With belly, ribs, shoulders. You can look the head. We're going to breathe here for several breaths. Presence in your hips, if you can release some tension. Keeping yourself in the twist with just a gentle hold to the outside of the left knee. And observe that breath. These gentle twists are really important for our internal organs. The fascia holds all of those organs in place. And when they get locked up, things like minor surgeries, even laparoscopic, can be more painful because the organs don't move. So if they can have a little more fluidity, you can come out of small procedures a little faster, a little less pain. So gentle twist, breathe. Try a nice deep breath while we're still here. Just feel that big inhale and exhale. Good, and now a big inhale. And slowly come out with your exhale, belly to spine, unwind head, shoulders, belly, feet back to neutral. And my back wants a little more, little cat-cow actually. So we're gonna come forward. Before we do our cat-cow, we go into putting your fingers in front of your hip points, hands around sort of to the side, but being aware of those hip points. As you exhale, feeling those hip points point more toward the sky, which tucks the tailbone. Good. As you inhale, those hip points pointing down between your ankles. The range doesn't really matter, but if you want to close your eyes and think of those hip points, exhale, hip points towards sky, kind of compressing the belly. Inhale, hip points toward the ground. Move to do that a couple times. Just kind of aware of that whole pelvic basket, they call it. So many things, everything just about is attached to this. I have a yoga teacher who says it's all about the pelvis. So this cat-cow motion with breath can assist our low back, our sides, our legs, hips. Good. Now we're going to slide the hands to the knees and kind of join in, let the rest of the body join in. So we'll start with exhale, tucking the tailbone, hip points toward the sky. You can drop the head, slide the hands down the knees if you'd like, really engaging the back. And inhale, tailbone first, hip points, slide the elbows back. You can engage the chest as much as you'd like, reaching the heart forward, maybe head up, a little bit more extension. Good. Flex it into exhale, tailbone, hips, lower the head, reaching the arms out. Move through it on your own. We just want to put the breath with it. Nice. On your next exhale, let's pause in our cat. Stretching the arms out. You don't need to grip though. Sort of engaging the shoulders. Again, important compression here in the front body, space in the back as you breathe deeply. Sort of making the inner body move around, the internal organs move around that, the expanding lungs. Very nice. Next inhale, tailbone, hip points. Slide the elbows back. Maybe look up if you'd like, reaching the heart forward. So now we're expanding into those lower lobes of the lungs. And feel down if you can, all the way down below your belly button as you inhale. Good. Nice deep inhale. And exhale, belly to spine, tailbone under the body, and come to seated. Very nice. A little seated side angle action before we stand up. Put right wrist or right forearm to the knee, right knee. And coming up kind of behind the ear, we're going to inhale and over. If that range doesn't work for your shoulder, you can come across the body or just keep your hand in front of you and think about your shoulders. So inhale. With purpose, exhale, body to spine, down. Good. Couple more of these. Nice and slow, big breaths. Good. Next time you exhale and come to seated, pause there. We're going to, with a tall spine, turn and look at our right knee. Inhale. Let's do the arms up. And then exhale, come down over that right leg. Pausing here, you can keep your wrist or a forearm on your knee so you don't overextend since this is a twist. Good. Now we're going to inhale and sweep the left arm up, look up, and exhale down. Again. Ease in the jaw, sweep. One last time, let's hold the reach, wherever that is for you. Again, if this is too much for the shoulder, anything is fine, whatever works. You can drop your arm behind your back if you prefer. A little different hold, breathe. Good, nice big inhale, feel that left side body. And exhale down. Same thing here, I'm gonna put my hands on my knee, I'm gonna draw my shoulders back, inhale, and exhale, push to seated. Especially if it's tender, right after you've moved something, given it a lot of space, then to call it into action can sometimes strain it a little bit. So we're gonna turn toward the left knee, inhale up, exhale, sweep it down. Very nice, pausing here. This side might be different. My right side is giving me a little talking back because I'm asking a lot of it. So I'm going to put my elbow on my knee. Good. And we'll inhale and sweep up. And exhale, nice and slow down. A couple more times. Ease in the jaw. You have to grip the toes or fingers. Once more. And we're going to inhale and hold up here and breathe. Reaching that heart up to the sky, breathe. Good. Inhale. And exhale, float it down. Nice. Pausing here for a moment. I'm just putting my hands on my knees to support my right side back. Trying to give it a little space first. Now I'm going to press into my knee a little bit, draw my shoulders back. It's all about support. Inhale. Exhale, belly to spine, pushing up, coming up with a straight back and back to center. Very nice. Feet together. Let's pedal out the ankles. Good. Both feet hold that toe stretch, pressing the back of the toes into the floor, reaching the front of the ankles forward. Really pressing into the toes. Breathe. If your big toe doesn't like it and your ankles fall out, that's okay. Just keep breathing. Ease in the jaw, try not to grip in the hips, shoulders, and then maybe gradually you find a teeny bit more space for your ankles to come together. Really important for climbing stairs, balance in general, is keeping the mobility in that big toe. Good. Press, press. Very nice. Relax the right foot, left foot kind of under your chair, top of the toes to the ground, and reach the top of that ankle forward. Breathe. Nice. Slide the left foot out, right foot under, pressing the top of the toes in. Breathe. Nice. Slide that left foot forward, and then just gently sort of making circles with your ankles. Sort of an up-down circle, I guess. Nice. And the other way, getting the knees and hips involved too. Can't say enough about foot and ankle mobility. To work on it every day. Watching TV, even if you bicycle your feet when you're standing in the kitchen. Making coffee is always my favorite. You sit there and it's like the perfect few minutes to do something like standing on one leg or bicycling your ankles and really pressing into the back of your toes one at a time. It's important if you're standing to have your hands on something so you're not weight bearing onto an inactive ankle. So we're going to come up to our chair. Again, this is the ankle mobility I was talking about. Looking at how your feet slide under your knees. If it's difficult for you when you're here, you want to have something in front of you to lean on so that you don't fall. But working on sliding your feet back, very important for mobility. You have a nice tall spine to start. Pressing into the feet, maybe lift the toes. Awareness in that foundation. We're going to hinge at the hips, keep the shoulders back. And use our exhale when we stand. So we're going to inhale here. Exhale to stand. Push the ground away, sort of lifts the body. Imagine it going all the way to the ceiling. Nice. Let's practice now that we're up. Inhale. And exhale. Slow and strong. A couple more times. Knees over toes. We're going to come down. Pause. Think about our happy yoga face and how strong we are. Shoulders back. Nice, tall, strong spine. So strong. Maybe lower it just a hair. Good. Inhale. Nice, strong exhale. Body core in. Pushing the ground away. Here we are. Very nice. And now I'm off the screen again. I don't know what's going on. Okay. I have my chair close by for our counts. Stand in Tadasana for a moment. Lots of movement in the hips, seated. So just sort of think, or don't think actually. Allow yourself to breathe. And the thinking is watching your body, feeling. If standing for a long period of time, this seems to be the season of standing sometimes in the kitchen, a slight little tuck to the pelvis, just a slight tuck, and drawing the belly in can make a little bit of a difference in your back strength. So if you move those hip points up to the ceiling, down to the floor while you're standing, that can just help the back kind of not get stuck in one spot. Tadasana. Very nice. Inhale, sweep up. Big look. And exhale. Again. Very nice. Step our left foot forward. Right foot back for warrior two. I'm going to take these socks off, even though they're grippy. Not so much on the, I use a cotton yoga mat on top of my kind of rubber mat. I just like how it feels when I'm doing my yoga. So we're going to have our right toes pointing to the right edge of the mat, left toes forward, bend in the left knee, so our knees over our ankle. Doesn't matter how far apart your feet are. This way. You're going to stretch that left arm forward over the left ankle, right arm back over the right ankle. Heart is facing in the direction of your right toes-ish. If you're a little curved, that's okay. Then look over your front fingers, left fingers. Very nice. This is an active pose. Think of pushing your feet down in the ground and moving them apart, even though they're stationary. Very active. Reach the fingers. And we have our dristi, our point of focus. So strong. Warrior pose. Nice. Then turning the right hand, the hand that's behind you. We're going to turn back and look at our right hand. Inhale here. And then exhale, follow your hand as you move, following that thumb. They kind of pancake the hands. Inhale like you're drawing an arrow back. Follow the thumb. Exhale, sweep across back to the front. Inhale. Exhale. Do that a couple of times. We're following our thumb for our balance challenge. Again. Very nice. Now do it once without looking. Just reach back there, back to warrior two. Good. Inhale here. Exhale, arms overhead, straighten the leg. Inhale, lower. Exhale. Inhale, lower, warrior two. Nice, hands to the hips. Let's turn both toes in. So both toes are kind of pointing in the same direction. Nice and strong. Maybe let's make a fist. A little Wonder Woman stance. So strong, breathe. Very nice. Turn the fingers out. Something about those fists on the hips. Great. All right, I'm going to put a bend in my right knee. Stretching the arms out over the ankles. Left toes are facing forward. I really should be on my mat here. There. Warrior two. Right knee bent. Left leg behind. So strong, pressing into the feet. Maybe you lift the toes a little for presence there in the core feet, our foundation. Very nice. Turning to look back. We're going to face the hands sort of forward, same direction as the heart. Looking back at that left thumb, inhale. And then exhale, sweep it forward. And if you feel tippy at all, put one hand on the chair, maybe put that right arm on the chair. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Let's do it 2 more times. Very nice. Keeping your eyes on your right thumb this time, we're just going to reach the left arm back to warrior 2. So strong, your dristi, reaching those powerful warrior fingers out. Good. Inhale. Exhale, arms up, legs straight. Inhale, open. Exhale, body, pelvic floor, belly coming in. Once more. Warrior 2, hands to the waist, toes to the front. Let's do Wonder Woman again. I like her. Maybe close your eyes and breathe. Appreciate your strength. Good. Eyes open, arms down. Let's roll the wrists, step in. Good. Piano the fingers. And standing here, let's do our hands again like we did at the beginning. So arms down by the side. Inhale, fingertips up as if you're pushing something down with the palm of your hand. And exhale. I don't know if I just did that backwards. It's okay. Doesn't. As long as you do one or the other. Inhale, reach. Exhale, reaching down with the back of the wrists. Kind of engaging the arm. Inhale. Exhale. Very nice. So a little more with the ankles and toes. You can do this with your hands on your hips or hands on the chair. You're going to plant into the left foot. Come up on the right foot. And some knee ankle circles. One direction. And then the other. Kind of keeping the bottom of the toe, bottom of the big toe at least, on the ground. Using it as a pivot point. Very nice. Other one. Plant into the right foot. Back of that big toe. Knee and ankle circle. Breathing. Other direction. Very nice. Do a little different tree today. So we're going to presence in the left foot, be our standing, our foundation first. We're going to come up on the back of the right big toe, open the knee, and then come up just to the tip of the big right toe. If that's not enough balance for you, please put your foot down. It's fine. But if we're going to just touch the tip of the right big toe, just barely, barely, barely. Like as if you're barely there. Leg is hovering with that right toe just touching. And breathe. Ease in your jaw. We're breathing. Find your point of focus. Very nice. Now, very gently, keeping that gentle, gentle toe touch. Move the knee in. Changes the way our Hips are supporting us. Good, and down. Nice. Pedal it out. That always gets my foundation leg. Good. Other side. Right foot planted. Coming up to the bottom of the big toe. Open the knee. And then if this side works for you, I'm going to use a chair this side. My right hip isn't super happy. Come up on the left tip, tip, tip toe. Grounding into the right foot. Breathe. Tall spine. Very nice. Gently bring the knee pointing forward. Still hovering that big toe. And down. Tadasana. Grounding in, taking a few nice breaths here. Scanning the body, noticing our feet, our calves. Taking your breaths in and out, noticing the knees, the thighs, hips, your seat, belly. Noticing a gentle breath in the ribs and back. And shoulders, hands, ease of breath in the forearms and elbows. And shoulders and neck. And gentle smile on our yoga face. Nice, gently opening the eyes, roll the wrists, do a nice slow sweep. Hello day. Open mouth, exhale. Great. We'll move back to our seat. Just pausing with the calves on the back of the chair so we know it's there. Then we lower down nice and slowly. Knees over toes. Ease in the face and breathing. Keeping the shoulders back so you feel your pivot points in the hip, knees, ankles. And come to seated. And find a nice relaxing spot. So I probably should have said that before we sat down. If you prefer your recliner, or you prefer a couch, or a flat surface of some kind, someplace where you feel supported, comfortable, warm, cozy. Today I'm going to place my my left hand palm up and cradle my right hand in my left and touch my thumbs. That's one kind of meditative posture for your hands. You can also, if you're lying down and you'd like to hook your thumbs, or seated really even, hook your thumbs, put your hands on your chest. That's another nice sort of strong, protective hand gesture. And these hand gestures bring our minds to the point of contact. So we feel our hands sort of self-soothing on our chest, or our thumb points touching, it's kind of a point of contact, one hand cradling the other. So whatever feels nice for you. Allow yourself to be in that contact point. And allow your breath to ease in and out, just softly. Bringing any distractions back to these contact supportive points. And ease of breath. Gently returning to our ma, ta, na, sa. With or without fingers, doesn't matter, whatever you would like to do. And with or without sound. But taking an inhale when you're ready. And with your exhale, ma, ta, na, sa. And you can pause. Do another one if you'd like. Using your inhale when you're ready. Two more if you're doing them. And hands to heart space. Thumbs resting at the heart with gratitude for your time, your breath, your yoga. Fingertips up to sky. And exhale down. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace, peace, peace. Namaste, everyone.